Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. I'm Frank. I was sitting here talking to you for a few minutes as usual. We're in clothes. The the camera and mic on my PC. I'm sorry, the drivers on my PC are clashing with Windows. It's either the latest Windows update I couldn't get. And so that's when the driver started messing up. And then on my laptop, it's fine, but I didn't want to record on my laptop just because I didn't want to. And so I was just trying to make my PC work, and I couldn't do it, and I gave up. And it's time to buy a new one because the PC I have is it's over 10 years old. Like when it was new, my dad bought it. It cost like $1,000. It was like top of the line. Um, you know, um, if you're doing like college work, if you're like a college student just doing homework, that was like a really good PC. It was great for the internet and writing papers and all that crap. But but it wasn't like a video game PC or anything. Anyway, point is, PC's too old, so I couldn't record, and then I just stopped recording. But then I was like, oh yeah, I have a phone. Anyway, so I was walking down the street. I was coming home from work, walking down the street, and I heard screaming to my right. And it sounded like a woman was being attacked, okay? Now, current day, when a woman's being attacked, you don't step in because if you accidentally look at her the wrong way, excuse me, I've been singing a lot lately. If you look at her the wrong way as you're trying to save her, she can file a sexual harassment lawsuit against you. So there's dozens of men around because it's happening by like an auto place. They're acting like they don't hear it. And I'm just like, I gotta see it. Because it just sounds so, because it didn't sound normal. And I pinpoint the noise, and it's next to Bank of America in the parking lot. And there's a homeless woman on the ground, naked, but she's wearing a blanket like a cape, and she's on the ground flailing her arms and legs around. And I was like, I just stopped and I looked, and then I looked at all the guys that were, I don't know, let's say they were 30 feet away, 40 feet away from her. I don't know, it's hard to tell. There were a group of men like 40 feet away from her, laughing, just ignoring it. But they were laughing. And then they looked at me across the street, and they started laughing, and I started laughing, and then I walked away. Yeah, it was, what can I say? Okay. Because I know the kind of people that listen to this. Okay, the difference between a naked woman you're dating, a naked woman you paid to be with, and a naked woman that's homeless on the street, there's a big difference. Big difference. The naked woman on the street gave off the vibe. Closest thing I can compare her to is a skunk. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen a skunk up close. Like if you're like really close to a skunk, Mother Nature takes over your body, and you're like, stay away. Like this sense, it's like this invisible wall of. It's not even fear because like you're not afraid of a skunk because you're a human. You can step on it and probably kill it, but it's like you don't want the attack that skunk has, and so you're like this extra layer of caution comes about on you. Like your senses get heightened. You feel like you can move a little bit better, a little bit more aware. And that's the same sense I got when I saw the naked homeless woman yelling and screaming in the parking lot of Bank of America with a blanket on her shoulder. That's the same feeling I got. That there's nothing appealing about it. Now she was probably in her late 20s. Well, basing off her body, she was in her late 20s. Um, she was obviously a drug addict. She was skinny. But here's the thing: like compared to the average American woman, she was actually good looking because she wasn't fat or overweight. She was actually drug addict skinny, like drug addict in shape. So like you could tell we're talking like it's a woman. We're talking like 15% body fat. Like just like a skinny woman, but you could tell she's skinny because she drinks a lot, does meth. Like there's a difference between being skinny because you're in shape and being skinny because you're on drugs. Now usually people who are on drugs and they're skinny, if they're on like meth or something like that, they're still like in shape, but they're like, whoa, you didn't get like that naturally. It was definitely that kind of vibe. And the drugs she was on, okay, well most homeless people baseline is always alcohol because that's the easiest drug for them to get. So baseline, she had alcohol in her system. Baseline. But when it comes to the other stuff, I mean, we're talking either hardcore, like cracked out or methed out, cracked out or methed out, or maybe like a combination of like Xanax and Coke. Like I'm not a toxicologist. I have been backstage at the whiskey, so I'm basing everything on that. Okay, but yeah. So most likely. Now, most likely it was a combination of alcohol and coke, or alcohol and meth, or Xannies in there. But like if she wasn't screaming as much, I actually would have gone over there and talked to her and like got her dealer's contacts. But like when you're just on your back, flailing your arms and legs out, naked in the Bank of America parking lot, um, you're probably not going to remember your dealer's contact info at that time, and also like how long would I have had to wait? Like how long was I going to have to wait for it to come down to be able to give you the contact information? And then it's like, do I want to like chill next to a naked homeless woman and wait for her to come to? Like, no. And then also, I was like thinking, like, if you're like naked like that, are you always like that? Like, is that like an advertisement? Like, hey, I'm homeless, but I am open for business. Because like that's or is it the opposite? Like, you see her and she's like, oh hey, it's all out in the open. Oh, that must mean it's bad. Like it could be she's doing the opposite. Like she wants men to not bother her on the street, so she's just like, hey, look at my vagina. Because like guys, um, see this is what women don't understand. Like guys find women who are like covered up more sexy than women who aren't because it's like the mystery, you know. So I can give you several examples, but I'm sure you've seen it, like girls wearing like whatever, just jeans, a tank top, some shoes, whatever, and like a guy was like, oh, I wonder what she looks like, I wonder what she looks like in a bikini or by the pool, she's just more interest. But then you take that same girl and have her wear a thought outfit. Uh, the conversation doesn't go to like, I wonder what she looks like. It's more like, yeah, she's probably, I could probably like take her home. Like, it goes from like mystery and intrigue to like, she's just an object. So it's like, if women want men to be interested in them, they gotta be covered up. So if she's just like naked like that, the only men that are gonna be interested in her are guys who want to like stick their dick in a garbage can. basically. Anyway, I was gonna give some examples of like real life examples of that, but then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that's just too creepy. Because I've known some guys. What do you think she's wearing under that? You think that looks good? And like the girl's like right next to him. I'm like, bro, she's right next to you, man. I don't want to be a part of this conversation. Um, but anyway, so I didn't interact with the homeless naked woman. Um, and like just the main reason why was with like current day, you look at a woman the wrong way, you're in trouble. Like, I don't even talk to women anymore. Like I haven't talked to women. It's been a long time. I mean, ever since Me Too, I've stopped talking to women. But I mean, it's been a long time. Like I can't remember the last time and I'm not counting work because you have to, interact with women at work. But I mean, like, just out on the street, man. I think the last time I interacted with a woman like outside of work is 2019. Yeah, 2019. That was the last time I interacted with a woman in a social setting that wasn't like work or like a hospital visit. Like I'm talking like the grocery store, the female clerk, you have to interact with her. So I'm just talking about a social setting. It was 2019 was the last time I interacted with a female. So there you go. And then even before that, it was few and far between. Like I am at the point. Well, I've been at the point where like it's just best to avoid women. I mean, if you want, I know it's MGTOW to the extreme, but I am MGTOW for sure. That's obvious. I'm MGTOW, but I've taken MGTOW to like the next level where it's like men going their own way and pretending women don't exist. So whatever acronym you're gonna get from that. But yeah, it's done wonders. Like I've said, I need a lot less money to function in society. A lot less money. By not interacting with women, oh my God. Do you know how cheap it is to be a single male when there's no women in your life? It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know. Like, anyway, I am currently my two next purchases are going to be a PS5 because they have the slim version out. But my first purchase is going to be a new computer. I know I have the laptop, but I don't know. I like the laptop. I want to use the laptop for certain things and then a computer for certain things, like the tower for certain things. So I'm gonna get a gaming computer. Now the reason why I say a gaming computer because usually gaming computers are the top-notch computers. You can do everything on a regular computer you can do on a gaming computer. So I'm gonna get I'll get one. What month is it? It's October. I'll probably get one in November, December. I'll get one in the next 2 months. I mean, like, saving money is easy, obviously. For like the next 2 months, the only money I'll spend is money on supplements, food, and pills. So that's relatively easy. Technically. Technically, in one paycheck, I could just buy one. But like, I want like a top-notch gaming computer. Like, I'm thinking like between 1.5 and $2,000. That's what I'm going for because I figure if I do that, because like that should last. Like that should be relevant for years. If you spend like hell, if you even spend $1,000 on a gaming computer, I mean that should be good for I don't know, at least 10 years, right? Because it's like even when like those newer games come out at the 8, 9, 10 year, you just put them on the lowest settings, or it'd be easy to upgrade. I mean, I'm once again, I used to be a computer expert, used to be, but I'm assuming if a gaming computer, whatever costs like, because I've seen them from 500 to like whatever 5,000. I've seen some crazy computers, but like I'm sure all of them have one thing in common. They're all very upgradable. So I just figure if I get like a $2,000 one, that's like that'll be very easy to upgrade if things get out of hand and I'm like, oh, it's been 5 years and I have to use the lower settings. So like I want a computer where I have the choice to use the top notch settings. So, but it'll also be easy to do my podcast and do some video editing. So that's the plan. But for now, can't talk. Sorry. I'll be using my phone. So anyway, I said enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.